Yeah, dispatch, we got a routine stop here, but we got some weird cargo. What's this guy hauling here? I don't know about this. Hey, buddy. You been drinking tonight?
Went all through the house. Not a creature stirring, not even a mouse. The donkeys were hung by the chimney with care. It was the state there.
This story takes place in the hills of western Massachusetts, where Christmases past held snow and endless spirit. But these days, the snow is elusive, and the spirit harder to find.
I was watching the sunrise.
So where does one find it when you've been trudging through the mud all December and a tiny dusting feels like a miracle? Living in New England, you hear tales of the old days and long for the feeling of the glowing small town streets, the big snowbanks, and the grand department stores chock full of that Christmas feeling. You ask around, but folks haven't seen it since the old days, and so you're forced to look deeper. But sometimes when you look for something too hard, you never find it. So maybe it's best to let it come to you.
Woo! It is a blizzard! It's a total blizzard. Wow!
It's going down.
Total whiteout.
It's a blizzard. Just
Have a nice day.
Thank you, Michael.
We'll call you now.
Oh yeah.
Very nice.
Hey, Chicky. That's a nice bird.
He's so shy. Well, he pretended he was tough when he saw someone he didn't know, and he'd growl and bark. If you stepped at him when he was doing that, he'd probably run away. Hello.
Hello, mister.
Hi, Oat.
Look at this guy.
Good morning, Oat.
Good morning to this Oatie, this Oatie, this Oatie.
So after my old blue truck had crapped out on our way to get a Christmas tree, we got a ride to the little red house where we arranged another ride back home, and we sat by the wood stove for a bit before I got back to editing and Allie got back to packaging her holiday orders. And as far as I could tell, our cat Mowgli was indifferent to all the holiday hubbub, but sure was happy to be eating good. And with Blue down, I was worried it would be a blue Christmas, and so my friend Jared and I toyed with her a bit. But in the end, we had to resort to a tow to the vintage truck expert.
What is going on?
It's not even like spitting like it should be off starting fluid, which is making me not like that.
Yeah.
And I continued to chip away around the house to make things less cluttered and more efficient.
Now I can put the chop saw on top. This will be the cutting station for the logs that are too long. And then we can stack it underneath and it'll stay dry. I love these little systems. And then at some point this week, in the next couple days, I want to get a Christmas tree for my parents, get a Christmas tree for here, and I want to put string lights up. This is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun period of time.
And I tagged along with Jared one frosty morning in the forest, where we sipped peppermint tea, watched the sun paint the trees, and studied all the little details. And the snow kept sputtering when you least expected it, and I felt the spirit in the places I least expected it, like late night Home Depot trips.
Once again, the sun's out and it's snowing. Is that a dot right over my face?
And with time dwindling, I had no choice but to take my newer truck to the Christmas tree farm and get one for our house and one for Ma and Pa, as I was still waiting to hear what the heck had happened with Old Blue.
I just want a little one.
The pickings were slim, but my favorite trees are the imperfect ones.
How heavy is the one you got for the cabin? We just got a new vacuum, our current vacuum. This thing sucks. Feels like it's gonna rip the carpet off the floor. You don't realize once you get a house and become an adult, you know, the things you wouldn't know would be exciting, like getting a new vacuum. This is awesome. Well, it's been pretty messy at the house for a while now. Just, we moved in and then I kind of left for Rhode Island on that job and just didn't get around to much, so kind of collected a bunch of crap here. Got some firewood that we need to go through, and I'm gonna clean this whole area up right now. Haven't had a free day in a long time. Still have to work on the computer today, but I'm gonna take breaks and do this and hopefully get all this wood taken care of and clean this whole front area up. It'll be the first time since we moved in that it's been clean. Here's the before. Nicholas, 100 pounds. I just sent 100 pounds. Today? Tonight. Oh, you want it tonight? All right. Well, I'll call the brothers, see if they can send it. All right. Merry Christmas. Santa's been keeping a secret. Santa doesn't get around the world in one night without a little bit of help. And it's not Rudolph's nose that guides him through the fog. It's Fogbuster Coffee Works. In particular, he loves my winter blends. Cozy up and hunker down. They're air roasted in the hills of western Massachusetts by a small family-owned business, Pierce Brothers Fogbuster Coffee Works, and they're very passionate about what they do. It's fair trade, it's organic, and the Pierce brothers have been to the farms from which they buy the beans to make sure that the quality is of the utmost and that the farmers are adequately compensated. Right now you can get my winter blends and even my fall blends until the end of the year by hitting the link in the video description, or you can always find them on troutandcoffee.com. Santa also told me to say that if you need a last minute gift idea, you can book me on Cameo and I'll make a personalized video for someone you love. Put the link below. So thank you to Santa for sponsoring this video, and now back to the story. So with all the rain and the thawing and the whatever is going on in this December, this has gotten sloppy. The whole driveway, everything was looking like this, like 6 to 8 inches of mud. So figure I'll scoop it all out now while it's wet and while it's showing itself. So in the spring, when I redo the whole driveway and make these parking areas all nice with fresh gravel and everything, it won't sink in, it will just be on the hard pack. It's tough to do with the old bent bucket, it still works. Well, this looks way better, but more importantly, not even how it looks. All that mud is scooped up, it's dry, hard pack, decently flat and level, so cleaned most of this area up. Gonna move these canoes and stack this wood. I think one of my favorite feelings in the world is taking care of my spaces, my what now is going to be a homestead, but a lot more to maintain here than I've ever had. To go from a tiny apartment to this is crazy. I mean, I've had the cabin, but never quite got to this level where I was really having enough time to be there and really care for it. Now that I'm here full time, I can take a couple hours on a day like this in between editing and really make an impact. Whereas before I used to have, it was like a big to-do. It was a half or all day affair to go to the cabin. So I'm just grateful for this.
And so with wishful optimism, I made sure the sleds ran smooth, and it wasn't long after that the Christmas spirit came out of thin air.
I'm not wasting any dreams this Christmas. I've made my wish upon that star. The only dream of which my list consists is to always be wherever you are.
Putting up Christmas lights and it starts to snow. It's just, you're right where you need to be.
It would not make a difference to me at all. No, I'm not wasting any dreams this Christmas. I've made my wish and it came true.
Hands covering your eyes. Come on, cover them with your hands.
Are we going outside?
Yes.
Wait, so I should put shoes on then.
Oh yeah. Keep coming. Come back here. Okay, turn around and look. That was so cool. It only snowed for maybe 5 minutes, but it just was so Christmassy to be putting up Christmas lights, and you look around and there's flakes falling in the air way up on the ladder. It's those little moments you never know when they'll come. You gotta savor them.
I'm as happy as a child on Christmas. I've made
And with that glowing feeling, I loaded one of the trees on Georgie the van for his final excursion of the year.
all I want for Christmas is you.
want to see something funny?
What?
And on the way home from dropping the tree off at my parents', I caught a beautiful December sunset before Allie and I set up our first ever Christmas tree in our new home. And to come back to the A all lit up as the world turned blue was a real treat.
Here. 91 inches, but also, do we have, wait, did we get that star?
We do have a star. That's at least.
Investigation. The timing of that song.
Beautiful to watch.
And in a single day, by way of a few small actions, the spirit burned bright in our little home.
Wow, look it. It's really coming down.
And as December went on, we continued to be teased with snow. But regardless of the weather, the spirit felt the strongest whenever friends got together.
Sheets, tripod, thread.
And on one night, I met up with some real old-time friends I hadn't seen in forever. And we all had a ball at the old-time haunt.
Almost certainly by mistake.
And Mason and I did some Christmas shopping and caught up for the first time since the cottage renovations, as he had been away in the islands for a while.
Birthday party that I just went to. Yeah? The nieces and... I would love to go to Brentwood. That room was
And not long before Christmas, Old Blue was back on her feet, and I figured I'd get a couple more weeks with her before she went back in for a full engine rebuild this winter. And I started brushing up on the language that I had learned in high school for a few upcoming trips we had planned.
Bonjour. Hello. My name is Pierre Valmer, and I'd like to take a little of your time to show you how easy it is to speak French using this new course from Reader's Digest, At Home with French. First of all, listen to this short conversation. It's between a man and a woman who meet on a train.
We actually received a letter last night from Santa. Apparently he was flying around the yard in his sled and he lost a bunch of candy canes. Fortunately, my nieces and nephews are gonna come by and pick them all up. And we had some good Christmas fun with the nieces and nephews, and did our annual holiday walk in the old mill town.
One of our favorites.
It is. Oh!
He's back at the North Pole.
Rudolph is actually the 9th reindeer, right? Clement Seymour wrote this before Rudolph's birth.
Before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that Saint Nicholas soon would be there. Now you see, their stockings, they look a little different than your stockings nowadays. People used to take them right off their footsies, hang them right up on the fire. Do you do that now? No? You have special stockings now, right? Decorated with your name, perhaps? No? What does yours look like?
And after the walk, we stood on the bridge across from Depot Street, looking at the glowing pub in my old apartment, happy for our time there. And we took a trip up north to one of the most festive cities on earth. And got some decor attached to a memory that we'd use for endless years to come. And in the end, it seemed like the spirit came on the strongest when we forgot about it and focused on the present moment. so it was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, except for the mow.
Merry Christmas, folks.